welcome to another musical adventure. I'm Tommy, and thanks so much for tuning in to part one of my visit to the Blues Trail Markers in Mississippi. This is part two. Hey, if you guys are only interested in seeing vinyl records and that's it, go ahead and do yourselves a favor. Skip this video. No hard feelings. It's fine. But for those of you who are interested in seeing some historic musical sites, stay tuned. We're going to start in Jackson, Mississippi, and we're also going to pay a visit to a rock and roll legend. Malaco Records is to Jackson, Mississippi what Stax Records is to Memphis, Tennessee. It's just one of the historic labels and home to some great music. Of course, Misty Blue being one of the major successful songs released on Malaco. And it still is a high-end recording studio. As I said, Malaco is still in business, still a thriving studio here in Jackson, Mississippi. As a matter of fact, some scenes from the James Brown biopic, Get On Up, was filmed right inside of here. I've got a few friends that are in that movie, and I know who they are. But in addition to Dorothy Moore and ZZ Hill, Johnny Taylor, Little Milton, so many historic blues artists found their home right here at Malaco Records. Of course, there's the famous Malaco label, ZZ Hill's Down Home Blues. Tommy Couch still at work inside the studio. And some of the great artists that have recorded here. We're in Hernando, Mississippi, that played a very important role in the development of blues music and American music. And behind me is an old building that was maybe a cotton gin at some point, warehouse. It's used now to do some music festivals, some local festivals like the Front Porch Festival. But particularly there was a group of musicians that played here that ended up in Memphis. And so there's a Blues Trail marker here that I wanted to share with you guys. Hernando's been home to several important musicians that were part of the blues music scene. Most notably George Mojo Buford. Mojo played harmonica with Muddy Waters Band. Also, Earl Bell is from this area. The Paramount label logo, Beale Town Bound, Beale Street Sheiks. All music that originated right here in North Mississippi in the Hernando area. All right, so now we're in North Mississippi, more specifically in Nesbit, Mississippi. And I wanted to share this with you guys because it's really important and really important to the history of rock and roll. But behind me is the Lewis Ranch. This is the home of Jerry Lee Lewis, the last man standing of all the 50s rock and rollers. He lives right here in Nesbit. This is his home, longtime home. And let's take a look and see where Mr. Lewis lives, better known as the Killer. This is a view driving by from the street. Get a good view of the house. As you can see, the piano gate there leading up to the home up on top of the hill. Like the Blues Trail markers, there are also these red markers, the Mississippi Country Music Trail. And this sign stands in front of the home of Jerry Lee Lewis, telling a little bit about the history of Jerry Lee, where he's from, and this is where he is. The record on the sign is the famous Sun label, whole lot of shaking going on. And also on the sign, a little bit about the history of Jerry Lee, some pictures. The Mississippi Country Music Trail in conjunction with the Mississippi Blues Trail. They do occasionally do tours here. You can check online right now. The gate is closed and locked, so they're not doing a tour of the home, so we will not be going inside to take a look at the Lewis Ranch, but I thought I'd show you guys the gates and the outside. Of course, this is the main gate leading up to the house. Of course, adorned by a piano. What else would there be? And as I said, they do offer tours here. And here is the phone number you can call. It's by appointment only. So if you call ahead and call this number and you're in the area, it's just south of Memphis, you can take a tour of the Lewis Ranch. There is a view of the house through the gate. Overall, it's a pretty modest home. I'm not sure what the acreage is or how much land is actually out here. I believe there's a lake toward the back, and I understand there's several cars. If you've been to the Lewis Ranch, sorry about the traffic going by. If you've been to the Lewis Ranch or have been inside or had the pleasure of being there, let us know in the comment section down below. Mississippi Joe Callicut, early, very little known blues musician, lived till 1969, only had 2 songs issued in 1930, but was very prominently featured on Cotton Field Blues, which is a classic 29 single. And he also was a mentor for local blues legend Kenny Brown. This is the other side of the marker. Unfortunately, it's in very bad disrepair, so there's not a whole lot to see here. Well, I thought that was cool. I was really stoked to share that with you guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. Comment down below. Let me know what you thought of the video. Love interacting with you guys, as you know, and I try to respond to each and every comment. So if you take time to comment, I try to respond back. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free. Also, ring that little bell. Get notified when there's new content. There is going to be a part 3 to this adventure, so there is some even more cool stuff to see that's going to be coming up in the next few days, hopefully. And I can't wait to share that content with you guys. And I'm also going to show some records and stuff, so there's quite a few things coming up that I'm really excited about. Hope you like this video, and in the meantime, I'll see you next time. Save the Texas Prairie Chicken.